Welcome to Let's Talk About It. I'm Tamara.
And I'm Sheena, and my poor wife has got a bit of a head cold today, so you have to just bear with the stuffiness.
And here I thought I was sounding all sexy.
Oh, baby, I always think you sound sexy. Okay, so we're talking about something particularly lesbian today, and that is the magic of
Flannel.
Very exciting.
Okay, so should we lay down the groundwork of what flannel is, just for those who might not be in the know?
Yes, let's also talk about why flannel is particularly lesbian.
Yes, okay. So flannel, so think lumberjack shirts.
Hey, that's a really good description.
So
Those sort of checkered...
plaid shirt.
Yes.
Okay, and I don't know if they're always actually made out of flannel, which is a brushed cotton to those who are not in the US, but it's that sort of checkered pattern plaid made out of brushed cotton.
The thing about the flannel shirts is that, like, because you can have those checkered patterns on other types of material.
Mm-hmm.
What flannel specifically is that material with the pattern on it.
Yes.
Okay, so now the thing about lesbians and flannel and why it's such a prevalent, I don't want to say myth because it's not really a myth, but it's so
Stereotype?
thank you. It's a prevalent stereotype in the lesbian community because of butch women in particular.
Mm-hmm.
Butch women, for whatever reason, have adopted flannel, and I pretty much guarantee that if you're a butch woman, you own a flannel shirt, at least one.
Yeah, or hey, if you're into the resurging 90s vibe, you probably own one or two of those as well.
That's true. Bring back the 90s. The boy bands. Actually,
Hey,
no, please.
it was a really good decade for boy bands.
Yeah, we had some killer girl bands too.
True.
Not that we're nostalgic for the 90s or anything. Are we blushing? We may be. Our age is coming through. Okay, so why have lesbians grasped onto flannel so?
Well, believe it or not, flannel is actually tied up with the history of jeans and lesbians as well.
Oh, really?
It is, yes. So I was looking at this because I wanted to know, is it just a stereotype? Is it just something you associate with lesbians but has no kernel of truth to it? It actually does have a kernel of truth. And it's super simple.
Okay.
Okay.
So lay it on me.
Back in the day, women wore dresses and skirts, right?
Ugh, poor woman.
Okay, and you did get, the few who didn't, and would wear what at the time were more breeches, but for the most part, women wore dresses and skirts. But as women started to enter the workforce, like with all the different wars, they had to wear clothes that were more utilitarian. So they started wearing pants.
So the pants revolution started.
Mm-hmm. In particular, jeans.
Okay. I love jeans.
Because they were hardy and there withstood a lot of damage to them, like all work. Because you also couldn't afford to be replacing clothes often, so you needed something that would last with you. And it became okay for women to wear jeans because of the work element to them.
Right.
Okay. And the flannel shirt went pretty much with any kind of pants, particularly with jeans.
Right.
And flannel was also kind of more of a work type of a shirt.
Plus it's really comfortable.
Exactly. And again, it's quite hard wearing because it is a brushed cotton. So the two became synonymous with each other. And even when women the wars ended and women had to go back into the home, it was still okay for women to wear jeans. And again, the flannel was something that went very easily with those jeans. And so it stuck around that women could wear these versus other pants.
But how did lesbians sort of cotton onto this? Ha, pun not intended.
Lesbians cottoned onto this because in a lot of ways, especially the butch lesbians who didn't like the very feminine idea of skirts or dresses and wanted to wear pants, they were pants that were
socially acceptable.
Exactly.
Okay.
And the shirts were socially acceptable as well because they were seen to go hand in hand with the pants.
And so it's just become kind of a butch uniform almost.
Pretty much, because it was what was socially acceptable at the time.
I also want to bring up though something about lesbians and clothing. The thing with me and clothes is I absolutely hate buying women's clothes because so often you'll buy a pair of jeans from the women's section and it'll last a quarter of the length of time that the jeans from the men's section will last.
I think it's because men's jeans tend to be the cotton, to be the actual jean material, the denim. Women's jeans tend to be denim plus lycra or spandex or something to give it stretch. And I think because of that, it weakens the actual integrity of the garment.
The seams, the type of material used.
Pockets and lacks thereof.
it frustrates the heck out of me because I don't want to bend over and split my pants for nothing. You know, I don't bend particularly like harshly, but for whatever reason, clothes just don't wear well with me.
I just have this picture of you like going around doing lunges.
With nice black pants and a pink panty underneath. There we go, there's a nice visual for you. Lunge and stretch and lunge and stretch.
In jeans, of all things.
I've always been a tomboy, so I do, you know, pick up my cousins and wrestle with them and whatever it is. But when I'm in a work environment situation, I don't generally do that sort of stuff. And yet my clothing still rips, tears, whatever it is, because it's just not hard wearing enough.
It isn't. I think there's this whole thing of women are so super delicate and their clothes are delicate as well.
And yet they charge us twice what they charge for the men's clothes.
It's true. There really does need to be more equality in clothing.
I agree with you. Better prepared women's clothes that you can get away with in the workplace. That's what I'm looking for.
I haven't seen it here, but apparently in the States, in some stores, you get the men's clothes, the women's clothes, but then you also get a gender neutral section.
Is the gender neutral section though hard wearing?
I have no idea. I just find it fascinating, this idea of clothing that is more gender neutral.
No, I love it. I think it's great. I just want to, you know, does it have the perks of both worlds, or is it the, you know...
No idea. Like I said, not here.
Flannel has all these different plaid types and colours. Okay, so you get the big checks and you get the little checks, and then you get the blues and the reds and the greens and the whatever it is. Red is, I think, the most common, perhaps the oldest sort of one. But do you happen to know which one sells best, which one people prefer?
I would assume it's like the blue-grey ones, or with a bit of green in it.
Do you think it's because it's more...
neutral? I don't think it's... Like, I personally like the red ones, but I always have like that kind of sort of plaid or tartan, but I would assume that you see more of the blue if you think about it.
It's true.
Unless you're a lumberjack and then you wear red.
But I would imagine you need that for visibility reasons.
Yes.
Okay, so here's what I want to know. All you flannel wearing lesbians, let us know what colours you prefer, why you wear flannel, and
how you wear your flannel. Do you wear it as a shirt in itself? Do you wear it more as a 90s style overshirt / jacket?
It's true, and you know the Americans wear like an undershirt.
Yes.
And then a shirt.
Americans are very preoccupied with nipples and nipple visibility.
Is that what this is about?
Yes, even with men, they like wear t-shirts as underwear.
Yeah, but is that for nipple visibility? I always wondered about that. I thought they were just cold.
No, I think it is the cold, but I think it's also to do with nipple visibility, like in the workplace.
So hit us up on podcast@thelesbiantalkshow.com or come join us on Facebook. Our Facebook group is something along the lines of the Lesbian Talk Show chat group.
And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done so already, and to give us a review on iTunes, and to share this episode with your friends.
Share it. Share the love. We want to see those stats going up. We want to see more listens. Because we think lesbians deserve hearing all about flannel.
And if you have any ideas on topics that you would like to hear about, we can myth bust those lesbian thingies for you.
Or prove them.
And
if you don't own flannel, why don't you own flannel? You're a terrible lesbian.
Okay, how many do you have?
Okay, just because I have none.
Yeah, flannel in your heart.
We don't really get nice flannel here.
No, and it's all these stupid girl sizes,
and
which never fit my arms.
Mostly flannel is pyjamas here.
No, there was like a bit of a trend, because last year there was this huge flannel trend.
Was there?
There was, but everything was like really small fitted, and it's just like, can't I have a comfortable shirt?
I missed the flannel trend. I'm a terrible lesbian.
Do you know why you missed it?
Why?
Because this is the beauty of South Africa. So there's an international trend which is totally weather appropriate. So
was it in the middle of summer here?
Yes.
Oh, well done, South Africa. You're right, that's very South African. If anybody ever wondered about South Africa, that's exactly what we do. Oh, look, Pinterest has flannel. Let's put it here. It doesn't matter that the Northern Hemisphere is in winter.
Yeah, so it's like 35 freaking degrees Celsius, not Fahrenheit.
Yeah, we work in Celsius here. I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit. It's hot.
A gazillion degrees.
Probably. Okay, enough now.
Okay, bye.
Okay, bye. Do you have any other fascinating facts about flannel? Ooh, that's a nice
Tongue twister.
tongue twister, yes.
Can't
Interesting.
really blend in with a tree unless it's autumn.
So here's what I think. You can't really blend in with a tree. This tomorrow studying the forest trying to blend in with the trees. Please don't start with boobs again. I actually don't. We already had the rant.
I feel very strongly about nipples.
I can see that. Like, I thought I felt strongly about nipples, but in a different way. So hit us up on podcast@thelesbiantalkshow.com.
Yes, definitely.com.
Oh my god.
It's like the new porn domain.
Oh dude, that's hilarious.
Do you think we can sell that to someone?
I was just wondering that. Let's make millions off of a .com. Okay.